World War II created some of the most legendary tanks ever built, and some of the most embarrassing metal disasters ever to touch a battlefield. Today, we're not talking about the Tigers, the Panthers, or the T-34. We're talking about the tanks that lost to rifles, to sand, and in one case, to rocks. These are the worst tanks of World War II, the machines that made their own crews ask, "Why are we even here?"
Number 3. The Renault R35, a French tank. The Renault R35 was France's most common tank in 1940, and unfortunately it chose. On paper, it had decent armor. In reality, it had the mobility of a depressed refrigerator. Top speed, 12 miles per hour. That's not a tank, that's a polite suggestion of movement. And the crew? Just 2 men, meaning the commander had to spot, load, aim, fire, navigate, and command, all at once. This wasn't a tank crew, this was a one-man circus act. Or should I say, a 2-man circus act. When the Germans invaded, their infantry literally ran past R-35s. Not the tanks chasing the soldiers chasing the tanks.
Number 2. The Mark 1139, Italy. Italy looked at tank design and said, what if we put the main gun where it can't aim? The Mark 1139's cannon was fixed in the hole, meaning it could only shoot straight ahead. If the enemy moved left or right, too bad. The entire tank had to rotate like a confused Roomba. Meanwhile, the turret, that's the part which is supposed to hold the main guns, had machine guns. Just machine guns. Armor, thin. Engine, weak. Reliability, Italian. In North Africa, British crews did not fear the Mark 1139. They pitied it. Number 1. The L335 Tankette, Italy. And now the champion failure. The L335 Tankette. A vehicle so bad it makes other bad tanks look like engineering masterpieces. Armor, 6 to 14 millimeters. That's about as thick as a metal shirt. Main armament, 2 machine guns. No cannon. No hope. The L335 struggled against everything. Anti-tank rifles, grenades, sand dunes, and yes, rocks. A medium-sized rock could step this thing dead in its tracks. Crews called it a mobile coffin. Enemies called it target practice. Historians ask, why? The L335 wasn't a tank, it was a metal lunchbox with ambition. Bonus entry, Renault FT. Yes, the tank that was designed in 1917. Before we move on, we need to talk about a tank that technically shouldn't even be here. It belongs in a museum. The Renault FT, a tank designed in 1917, somehow found itself fighting in World War II. Armor? Quite thin. Speed? Eventually. Firepower? Either a tiny cannon or a machine gun that felt optional. By 1940, this thing was so outdated that German soldiers thought they were props. It wasn't a tank, it was a historical reenactor that got drafted. The Renault FT fought in World War II the same way a grandpa joins a pickup basketball game, with heart, nostalgia, and absolutely no business being there.
Before we wrap up, a few more disasters deserve recognition. Tanks so weak they didn't make the main list, but still earned a dishonorable mention. The Japanese Type 95 Hago. The Hago was Japan's most common light tank, and unfortunately its armor was more of a suggestion than an actual defense. Its armor was so thin, a .50 caliber turned it into confetti.